All right, so the very first product I want to talk about is something that you need to use if you use a lot of product or you have a buildup on your scalp of dry flakes and just scalp goop. So this is the scalp scrub. It is a cleansing shampoo. You want to use this if you don't use a lot of products, probably about every 2 weeks or once a month. With these ingredients, they include pumice, gar, willow bark extract, witch hazel extracts, menthol, ginger mint, peppermint, witch hazel, apple cider vinegar extracts. And notice I'm saying extracts. All right. And other ingredients like root ferment filtrate. So these ingredients, and they're on the website to make sure that you aren't allergic to anything. This will help remove any buildup you may have on your hair or your scalp. Okay? When do you want to use this? Every 2 to 4 weeks. Because when buildup gets on your hair, buildup gets on your scalp, your hair might not grow like it's supposed to, and your hair may not be able to absorb your moisture from your moisturizing shampoos and products and conditioners. All right? So this is the very first shampoo. How to use it? It has a nozzle set to part and section into the hair. This will help with being able to get the shampoo on the scalp. All right. Our next shampoo is basically our moisturizing shampoo. When do you need moisturizing shampoo? Every time you shampoo your hair, especially when it's extremely dry. All right, I got notes, so y'all bear with me. I just don't want to forget anything. Okay, so the moisturizing shampoo helps add moisture to the hair immediately. As long as your hair isn't full of buildup and product, your hair should be able to retain moisture. The more you shampoo it, the better, the more moisturized your hair will be. Okay? So this is a moisturizing shampoo. It is infused, notice I said infused, with vitamin E and jojoba oils. Those are the 2 ingredients you need to add that moisture. So how does moisturizing shampoo work? First, you're going to wet your hair thoroughly, really well. Get it wet. If water just sits on top of your hair, that means you have low porosity. Your hair isn't able to absorb water. So I'll give you some tips on that later. But this moisturizing shampoo, like I said, is infused with jojoba oils and vitamin E to add that moisture. Once that hair is wet, the cuticle expands on your hair. So your hair is made up of bonds on the inside, and they're linked together by chains, right? Like chains. And the surface of the hair is basically like shingles on the house. They lay on top of each other. So the hair strand the cuticles don't open or close, but the hair swells. So the hair swells with water, but if you have low porosity, it may not be able to swell. So I'll give you some tips on how to work with low porosity in just a minute. All right, so once the hair is wet, it swells, it's able to retain moisture if that hair is clean. So like I said, using this first will help you better use this. All right, so that's what moisturizing shampoo does. Conditioners, once you've cleansed, once you've moisturized, then you're going to use conditioners. I'm going to talk about 2 different types of conditioners. We have a moisturizing conditioner and we have a protein conditioner. This will help with strengthening and adding more moisture, okay? Okay, so the actual moisturizing conditioner is infused with jojoba oils. When I say jojoba oils is the best ingredient for moisture, I mean it. Even with the shampoo, they have amazing slip. While you're shampooing your hair with that moisturizing shampoo, you're able to run your fingers through your hair. And once you use the conditioner, it's like melted butter. I'm telling you. So, moisture, each one of these conditioners work on two areas of your hair. The first, all right, so like I say, your moisture works on the top layer of your hair, and the conditioners that contain amino acids and proteins work on the inside of your cuticle. So you got 3 layers. You got your top layer, which is your cuticle, and your inside layer, which is the cortex, and in between both, you have something like shingles that just lays on top. And then on the inside, there are chain links in the hair. So strengthening mask is basically what you need to strengthen your hair. There's silk proteins, silk amino acids in the strengthening mask. And there is a difference between a conditioner and a mask. A mask actually penetrates deeper and goes on the inside of the hair and repairs and replenish each strand. All right. So these are your 2 conditioners that you want to purchase. When will you use them? Anytime you shampoo your hair, you're always going to use a moisturizer. But depending on your hair texture, your style, and what you have going on, if you have chemicals, this is when you'll use the mask. So if you have color, relaxer, or any type of chemical, you will use the mask. Anywhere between every week or every 2 weeks. It depends on if your hair is damaged. If your hair is damaged, you need to use both of these every week. You can mix them together. And like I said, the difference between the products you purchase in the store and the products that you purchase from your stylist is how they're made. A lot of the products in the store have a lot of fillers in them, like too much ingredients and less of the ingredients that you need for your hair. And they add too much water. All right. So that's the conditioner. Let's talk about after you've rinsed your moisturizer conditioner or your deep conditioner out.